Hello my treasures, it's time to bring the thunder to Hearthstone with the new card Thunderbringer that will allow us to OTK our opponents through Ragnaros and King Krush. Full combo for this is basically we're going to be using Thaddius on even polarity in combination with one cover artist, which will discount Thunderbringer to 0. Then using Yelling Yodeler to get additional copies of King Krush out of our deck that we made with Selective Breeder and Ragnaros in order to finish off our opponent in a single turn. And because of my luck being so awful when it comes to keeping King Krush in the deck, I went with a 40 card deck instead of a 30 card variant. However, I will be including a 30 card version of the list down below using Bone Lord instead of Thaddius. Now let's begin with the Mulligan guide. A few things to look out for. Early game minions. Costume Singer is probably one of the best early game minions, as this allows you to instantly draw into Hidden Meaning, so you have a turn to play. Selective Breeder is also good just to get additional King Crushes. Early game removal tools such as Titan Forged Traps or Celestial Shot are great to keep also. And finally, draw power cards. Now with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, temporary game against Priest. I almost did not recognize Priest with that skin. Ooh, upgraded hero powers. Hopefully, our hero powers kind of cancel each other out. I do, 3 damage and they heal for 4, so our hero power will always be -1, I guess, but keeping everything else here in the opener. Ooh, Selective Breeder is actually pretty nice. Watcher of the Sun is something I added into the deck in late testing. Same thing with Ignis. I feel like we needed an additional 2-cost card, and early in testing I was using Bestial Madness, and that card felt awful like 80% of the time, and I figured by adding in a Ignis we have an alternate win condition just in case, or a way to do a little bit of extra damage or have a little bit of extra survivability through the healing of the Watcher of the Sun and Ignis's armor or life gain ability. Speaking of Ignis, all right, let's just slam down 2 of these big wormies and then pass it back to them. Identity theft. Are we playing Thief Priest? It's been a while. There's been a lot of matchups that I would have never ever expected to run into, but for some reason I've been running into a lot of them. I've managed to find the Soul Treant Druid players still on the last 3 streams, even though Miracle Druid has been much more popular. Okay, Agrimar's cool. I think we'll probably slam down Ignis. I'm really hoping they don't have Dirty Rat, but that also does hurt our plans. With the 30 card version of the list, ooh, let's go with Wind Fury, and then I guess we deal 4 damage. With the 30 card version, I do have Fizzle in the deck. 40 card version, it felt a little less consistent. That's why I didn't want to include it. And 90% of the time when I include Fizzle in a deck, it just never works out. So there's no point in trying to make it work in a 40 card version unless we can consistently get to it. At least in my opinion. Thrive in the Shadows. Selective Breeder number 2. We can use both Selective Breeders here. This will put Thaddius at the bottom of the deck. Oh, well, actually, no, we're not going to want to do that this turn, because we do want the Ignis weapon first. If we didn't have the Ignis weapon, we would probably swap around, right? Cleanse the Scene, gets rid of our board. Guess we just do the damage to their face and then slam down Sir Finley. We're also probably going to use the coin just because I don't want it at the bottom of the deck, right? Really was debating on whether or not to do it here or not. Come on, please. Please don't give me Krush. Please don't give me Krush. I mean, we have 2 in the deck, so that's the maximum damage we can put out anyways, but please don't give me Krush. Come on. Yelling Yodeler, hope. Okay, no Krush for the first time ever. Actually, I'm also shocked we didn't get Ragnaros. Conjure Arrow draws us 2 cards. We'd be at... So we can't use both, or I mean, we'd be at 10 if we used both of them. I think we're going to use Hidden Meaning here, like we just did, and then we'll use the Conjure Arrow number 1, and then we'll probably actually attack into their minion just to get rid of it, and then do some face damage. Alright, combo-wise, we're not going to be able to do the absolute biggest combo ever with Lothamar involved, but we should be able to still pull off big combo with everything else, as long as we don't draw into Ragnaros. I guess that's the one factor. All right, we're probably also going to suicide both of our minions into Sister. I know that's going to look really weird, but we're going to do it like this. Wait. Okay, good. We're not going to be overdrawing. I don't want to keep the minion that makes everything cost 2 or more. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked people haven't tried to use that against like Druid as like a tech choice or something. Well, I mean, Rust Drop Viper is fine for them to get rid of our minion. There's the Vision of Darkness. I love that card back that they have. They're actually copying the okay. That that is, I mean, we do have one more weapon in the deck, but honestly, I think that's a really bad choice. Come on, something good. Something good. Ooh, the fact that we're seeing Ragnaros makes me a little bit worried. And I'm probably going to slam down Agrimart just to get the additional draw. I know that looks a little bit weird since we do know they have a Viper in hand. I guess we could have delayed it by a turn. Oh, there's King Krush. I mean, okay, so look, we only have 2 more Crushes in deck anyways, and they're both at the bottom. So we don't have to worry about that. We just need Thaddius. As long as we top deck... wait. Yeah, as long as we top deck Thaddius, we should be fine. There's their second Viper. I guess it was a good decision in the long run for them. Let's get a few more secrets. Wandering Monster could be good. We could also go for zombies, but I think Wandering Monster is just what I would prefer. Then Explosive Trap. I know we're going to misplay a little bit by attacking into that, but they can also heal, so it doesn't really matter too much. We're going to try to get some cards out of our hand, get a Barrel of Monkeys because it's a barrel of fun. They love Everlasting. That, here's the thing. We probably could easily finish off this game by using Astalor and King Krush and so on and so forth. But it's a lot more funny if we go for full combo. As long as we... Okay, that's a card that I keep forgetting exists, but it is something that we could look into doing too. This should get us either tracking or... There we go. Tracking is actually exactly what we needed. Come on, something good. Thaddius, let's go! Oh, it's going to be even polarity. Okay, so we're going to have to wait 2 turns. We are so close to combo. We just want to make them waste as much resources as humanly possible here. That isn't Dirty Rat. Anything but Dirty Rat. That's all we slam down all the minions you can. AoE or board. I don't really care. Come on. I just need to live 2 turns. That's all I need. 2 turns. Perfect. Gets rid of our board. Makes our life easier. Oh, they got Astalor. Okay, that's... Oof. Hey, Thunderbringer! That is full combo. I forgot we needed her, or them. I don't actually know what gender Thunderbringer is. But they're going to bring the Thunder next turn. Come on. Just get rid of our minion. Trade with your minion into it. 6/6 into the 6/6. Come on. Do it. Do it. One of those is going to be Freezing Trap, isn't it? Yeah. Wait. Astalor is an 8-cost card, so even if it is Freezing Trap... AoE there. Does a little bit of damage. Probably don't need to do this much damage next turn, but... Just pass the turn. Yes. Let's go. Not Ragnaros. Okay, it's time to bring the thunder. Thunder, 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 away we go. Bringing it straight into this game. Yelling from the rooftops that the thunder is going to crash on down. And by fire, they shall be purged. I don't think that's going to be enough to stop us here. We're bringing the flame along with the thunder. Now die, insect. Okay, time for a game against Warrior. Let's see what they have in store for us. It's probably going to be Armor Warrior. I have ran into a few in Rage Warrior, which is kind of interesting if you think about it. This is the version with Ignis that was added very late into testing, but it's good to see. We do have basically 4 cards to trigger in a 40-card list. This opener looks a lot worse than it did before, but Barrel of Monkey could be really useful depending on what type of warrior it is. And having the AoE clear is pretty decent too. They're taking a little bit long to make decisions. I really hope this person isn't going to just rope us every turn. Makes it, I mean, it's one of those things that makes it a little bit more difficult to like edit it down just because I have to realize where they're going to not make any moves and when they are. So they're going to force something down. Select a breeder for turn 2 is pretty good. Allows us to draw into a King Krush. Also, golden copy. Why not? First Rift. Okay, still doesn't give me much information of what they're playing. Watcher of the Sun isn't bad. I think we'll probably forge this turn and then pass it to them. Craftsman Hammer, that basically heals them for 2. Star Power number 2. That would have been so nice if we already didn't have the first star power. We're going to use the 2 barrels here. It doesn't give us too much information of what we have in our hand, except we have 1 barrel monkey and then some type of forge card that they're probably going to assume is traps, but lucky for us, it isn't. It's Renethal, actually buffed up for once. Well, I guess that is par for the course whenever you use Course Rift and you're a 40-card deck. You always draw into good old Renethal, even if you run a low minion count. Let's use Barrel Monkey number 3. We could even go a step further and do more, but I think we're just going to slam down Renethal to put him down, echoing their play for a turn. Belling Flames actually gets rid of our entire board probably here. Yep, because they used it perfectly. Course Rift number 2, that should draw them 2 cards instead of 1, both of which are going to be buffed up. Sir Finley is really, really tempting here, actually. I think we'll use Conjured Arrow, see what we draw into. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, really didn't want to put use Sir Finley to put all this to the bottom of the deck. We're going to get 1 monkey out of this, and then probably hero power, depending on what we draw into. Come on, no King Krush. Just keep the other Krush in deck. Every single time. I swear, Krush is glued to my hand. Like, it doesn't matter how many times... Okay, let's grab the Star Power. Star Power can actually do something. And then we'll slam down Costume Singer. Star Power was also the reason why I didn't really want to use Sir Finley last turn. Just because they should have a few buffed up minions, and I really don't want to deal with them. Like so. I mean, it's only 1 buffed up minion, but there should be more behind that just 1. Oh. Can we survive if we slam down that next? I mean, we're at 35 HP. The problem is if they have access to... What is the card? Odin. Odin would be bad. Awakening Tremors is actually not the best draw there. Awakening Tremors is something that I've considered cutting out, and the 30-card version does have it cut out. The reason why the 40-card version has it is because it's still a really good turn 1 play, even if you're diluting the pool a little bit with Trinket, Tracker, and Tracking. And the reason we're doing that is so we can consistently get to combo pieces that we might have put at the bottom of the deck accidentally, right? Because there's some combo pieces like Thaddius we don't want at the bottom. At least that's the idea. Alright, they're going to bash our way, or bash their way to victory, I guess. Get rid of our minion, and then next turn we'll probably use Star Power to get rid of their board. I don't know if it completely clears, but it should get pretty close to clearing. And Hidden Meaning oh, I would have loved a taunt right there. Oh, speaking of Hidden Meaning, you can get a second one. You could also use the Yelling Yodeler to get a 1/1, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think that's a little bit of a waste. Okay, it doesn't clear out the board, but it gets pretty close to, and then we can attack them, slam down Hidden Meaning, then I guess use one of the Wakens just to get them in the hand. Okay. We're at a low HP pool. I don't like being at as low as we are. We instantly get that triggered, which is nice. All right, what can we grab? The second star power for later is probably the best bet. Tracker could also be pretty decent, but I think we use Selected Breeder. This does guarantee us the Thunderbringer, and I think we'll actually go for the Thunderbringer for the second one. I know, like, we're probably not going to get full combo off of our combo now, but we're hoping we can make them waste some resources getting rid of our minions. Something like Brawl would be really nice for them to waste, just so we don't have to worry about it. I don't like being at 13 HP against Armor Warrior, though. Armor Warrior is definitely not a deck that I really want to be at this low HP pool. Please, please don't do this. At least they're doing something. Great news is they're not slamming down Odin this turn. Astalor could be annoying, because we're going to have to keep some HP on board in order to not die from Astalor instantly. Oh, Ignis is such an interesting top deck. Let's see what we can grab off of Ignis. Grabbing the 5-cost weapon. I was really hoping for Lifesteal, but we'll deal with it, I guess. Ooh, armor. I'll take armor. Give them a taste of their own medicine. Slam into this, and then get rid of our 2 minions. We actually probably should have did that in the opposite order. Attacked with the 4/1 into it, and then we'd have additional stat on line to protect us from Astalor, but it is what it is, right? There's the Astalor. I really didn't want to have to deal with Astalor. I think, man, this is going to look really bad, but I think we just star power the Astalor. It's really awful that we have to do this, but getting it off the board means a lot more than letting them keep it. And we don't have any other secrets in the deck. We have to do, oh man, they are at basically 50 HP. We have to do 50 HP worth of damage. Lothamar would be a really interesting top deck. Do something. We're so close to the combo. I wonder if they're just like, we're so far ahead, it doesn't matter what we do. Okay, Thalion is bad. Thalion for us is really bad. Also, worth mentioning here, weirdly, Yelling Yodeler, or not Yelling Yodeler, yeah, Yelling Yodeler will make Thunderbringer drag out the other Thunderbringer from our deck. Come on, give us something cool. Okay, Lothamar. I can actually use Lothamar right here, right now. Let's do that, actually. Slam that down. Attack into that. I know this is probably not the best solution. Slam down this minion just to slam down a minion. And now they're at 44 instead of 50. We're getting closer. Hey, there's the Odin. Okay, look. Odin is really frightening because we don't have a way to protect ourselves. Oh, I guess we technically do. Oh, I think we're gonna... This is going to look really bad. We are going to attempt to get... I guess bait and switch isn't bad here. We could also go for Hidden Meaning. Let's get rid of Odin with the minions and then use the 4 to attack face. We're getting them lower and lower. Having a taunt in between us and them, I'm hoping will actually do something. Ignis, oh no. Ooh, Ignis could be really bad. It also depends on like what weapon they get. As long as they don't get Wind Fury, we're good, right? Also, bait and switch actually makes Thunderbringer into a 9/9, which makes it a little bit harder for them to deal with. Come on, did you get the 5-cost weapon or the 1-cost weapon? Okay, they got the 1-cost weapon. Ooh, ugh. I don't... Rust Rot, that would have actually been good earlier. I'm curious why they didn't use it. Maybe they just drew into it after we used our weapon so much. I'm assuming they think we don't have another weapon in hand. Okay, they aren't going to be able to do enough damage. Hey, Thunderbringer, you lived there, buddy. You lived. And because you lived, it's time to bring the thunder and the fire out from the deck and do a little bit of a crushing. And we might as well copy Ragnaros just to copy Ragnaros. And go face. Let's hero power 2. Come on, hit face, hit face, hit face. That did not hit face. Come on, hit face. There we go. Dirty Rat. A little bit late. Oh, actually, you know what? Come on, keep the Ragnaros alive. Actually, it doesn't matter what you keep. Actually, yeah. Keep Rag. Keep one of the Rags. Oh, that isn't really the Rag that I wanted them to keep alive, but a 3 HP Rag that will turn into a 6/6 because they're not going to think that we're using bait and switch because we're going to bait them straight out of this game. And it's time to crush their hopes and finish them off with a classic combo. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I had a lot of fun trying to make this one work. Thunderbringer, I have found out, is probably not the best card in the world. Probably one of the weakest free cards that we've gotten with a set in quite a long time. I do think this card has a lot of potential in the future. However, because Ragnaros and Krush are probably the best targets currently in all of Standard Hearthstone, this is probably the best home that you're going to be able to find with such a card. However, I will include the 30 card list just because I think that version also has a little bit of potential down below. Overall, if you're looking for something to use this new card in, this will actually give you some wins, and you don't actually need the big combo in order to win out the game, since you can just slam down a bunch of big crushes with buffing it up through Lothomar and hope of Quell the Loss. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.